What's up guys, Riley and Julia here. Today we are filming our question and answer video from inside the Jeep Compass. So the Scat Pack is currently at the dealership, getting its remote start issue fixed, getting the air conditioning looked at, and getting an oil change and multi-point inspection and all that fun stuff. So since I'll be in Oklahoma for a few days, I figured it'd be a good time to drop the car off since I won't be driving it. So we're kind of stuck doing a video inside the Jeep Compass. So last week we made a video basically saying, ask us questions, we'll do a question and answer video, and we got some pretty interesting questions that were asked to us, so we'll be answering those today. But first, I wanted to do a little shameless promotion. I am now selling RP Productions t-shirts, and you can find them in the link below. Now, basically they're just a really simple design. It says RP Productions, established in 2009. That's when I started this YouTube channel. Very simple design because I wanted it to be a simple shirt. It's kind of like a throwback of where, you know, I started off making really simple videos long back in the day, and I want to start off making, you know, a very simple shirt, kind of throwback. It's gray. Everything is for a reason, but basically, you know, if somebody walks up to me at a car meet or whatever and they're wearing that shirt, A, I'll probably give you a hug, and B, I'll be, you know, be like, oh, that's the great shirt. That was the first one I ever made. I'll be like, ah, you're an OG viewer, subscriber. Ah!
So if you guys want a shirt, the link is in the description below. They're $19 a piece, and if you want, you can get one and spread the RP Productions name.
Alright, now time for the question and answer portion of this video, where this should be pretty interesting. So the first question today is from Colin Dudley. He asked, what is the first car I've ever done a burnout in? That would probably be my 2014 RT Charger, which looked like this. So that was probably my first like official burnout in a car. I had a truck before that, and I probably did some small burnouts, but that one was the first like real burnout I ever did. Question 2 is from Mobile Gaming. He asked, if I had to buy another vehicle that wasn't the Scat Pack, what would I buy? So for the price range of about $45,000, when I bought my Scat Pack, I was looking at A, the Scat Pack, or B, a 2016 Camaro SS. But looking back, I think if you know, the Scat Pack didn't exist, I really do think I probably would have found a lightly used CTSV, and I don't know, I just really love those cars. I think it'd be super badass to have one of those. Really nice interior and really sweet car, but she doesn't like them. She thinks they're for old people, so.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Hater. Rob Block Jr. asked, what does Julia drive, and what's the fastest she's ever driven, and what's the fastest I've ever driven it? Well, time to do a speed run. Let's go, Jules.
So I drive a Jeep Compass, which is what we are in right now. And I think the fastest I've driven it, I don't know, probably like max 95 on the way back to school.
Jeez! 95.
But I only do that one in Mexico.
You go to school in Mexico?
I go to school
Sick.
in Mexico.
I've only driven her car a few times. I don't think I've taken it above 80, honestly, so yeah. So James asked, what is my dream car? This one always changes for me, but currently I'm a real sucker for the Audi RS7s and the Jaguar F-Type Rs. Two cars that I really like that are, you know, somewhat realistic to attain, especially on the used market. But yeah, I really like those cars.
I think my dream car would be like a Range Rover.
That's typical.
Like a realistic dream car. And I want it white with black rims and dark window tint.
Dark window tint.
Yeah, that way it's like dark, white, dark, I don't know.
Alright, she wants to look like a zebra. Okay, cool. The Black Scat Pack asked, my question is directed to you both. Did the situation that hospitalized Miss RP change your lives in any way that you can think of? What positives did you take away from it all, other than the obvious that Miss RP is still alive? So I think the biggest thing, I think I can speak for both of us when I say this, we really, you know, it opened our eyes to the whole world of, you know, what happens inside of a hospital, how much doctors and nurses actually do for patients and what they do on a daily basis. I mean, the nurses work like, what, 13-hour shifts every day?
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. So, you know, they put in countless hours of work. They're supposed to, you know, you walk into a hospital, you have a problem, they are the people that are supposed to know exactly how to treat it. So, you know, it really opened our eyes to that. And also it kind of goes back to the old cliche saying of like, oh, you know, live each day like it's your last. You might die tomorrow, YOLO. But it's true, because you know, after this happened, it shows how quickly you can go from just living a normal life to something, you know, really bad happening.
I think it gave me a whole new appreciation for nurses and doctors. Like you said, they do so much and they work ridiculous hours just to keep everybody healthy and well and alive, and I think that's just really awesome.
DeVille asked, my question is, when are you going to tie the knot, Broham, and have a Mopar themed wedding? Well, the Mopar themed wedding, I really like that idea.
No.
But come on. But as far as tying the knot, don't know yet. Big Beezy asked, why didn't I buy a Hell Kitty? Well, you see, Big Beezy, there's this thing called money, which I don't have that much of. I can get by with a bright purple Barney mobile, but barely. So money is obviously the biggest issue. I mean, my insurance would double. I'd be spending a lot more on gas. Not to mention, you know, the Hellcat is over $20,000 more. Nick asked if I had the chance to drive any supercar, which would it be? Honestly, I really like the Lamborghini Huracan, and I really would like to drive a Lexus LFA. Jules?
Supercar. Probably a McLaren 675 LT.
Okay, good choice.
I like it.
Timinator96 asked, how much is my insurance? So, funny thing, when I bought the Scat Pack, I figured my insurance would go up a little bit. Didn't go up a dime. So, I guess my insurance company thinks it's an RT. It's also, you know, a 4-door sedan, so that helps out in terms of insurance costs. So I pay $162 a month, which is the exact same amount I paid in my 2014 RT Charger. Stephen Hurst asked, do you guys plan on living together, and if so, how soon? No. Corey Craig asked, do I ever go to my local drag strip, and do I have any times? Are there any performance mods planned? So if I hit the lottery next week, you can bet your ass I'm buying a supercharger for my car. But until I hit the lottery, I can't afford a supercharger. Realistically, maybe do like a tune in long tube headers at some point, but my car does have a warranty forever, so that's kind of hard to like mess up. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth getting rid of a warranty forever on almost a 500 horsepower car. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. So I don't know, maybe one day if I'm feeling really ballsy, then I'll go and do something that voids it. As far as my local drag strip goes, it's about an hour and a half away from me. So that's kind of a drive when Mexico is a lot closer. So I don't really have any times on the actual drag strip, but in Mexico, I believe my best quarter mile time was a 12.4 at 116, which is pretty good, especially for being on the stock 245 tires. So once colder weather rolls around, then I should set some even better times. That'll be fun to test. Tyler asked if I thought about getting a different color interior or maybe red seat belts. Both of those, you know, I would like to have a red interior, but for some reason Dodge did not offer the red interior with a purple exterior. You can only get a red interior on like white, black, and gray cars. I don't know why they did that. And then as far as red seatbelt goes, I love red seat belts. It's just you can't get them in my car. Mega Zombie Minecraft asked, Julia, if you could have him buy a different car, what would it be?
I like the Mopar world, but I think maybe he could jump out of his Mopar thing and maybe go for a BMW.
A BMW?
Yeah, like a fun one.
All right, no blinkers, here we go. So what kind of BMW would you make me get?
The new BMW M2.
Yeah, you like those. We were looking at pictures the other day. Those are pretty nice. JB's Garage asked, have I ever been in a car accident? Yes, I have. Not in my car, though. I was one time sitting at a red light in my buddy's Jeep, who you can find on this channel from a long time ago. It was a big-ass lifted Jeep. We were sitting at a red light just chilling, and an ice cream truck hit us at about 45 miles per hour from behind. So rear-ended us. Ice cream truck engine basically just kind of blew up, and that was interesting. But we were surprisingly okay. The Jeep didn't have airbags, but it had these big-ass like road armor metal bumpers, and so we were surprisingly fine. But yeah, that was a pretty bad accident. Jacob asked, Julie, I got a question for you. Does it make your boyfriend less manly since he drives a purple car?
No, I think it makes him more manly.
Oh yeah. There's nothing more manly than a man with a purple car that looks just like Barney. Brett asked, and about 50 other people have asked this, when am I going to tint my windows? Well, you see, my windows are tinted. They are 35% in the front, which is the legal limit in Texas, and in the back it's 20%. And it's also what's called carbon tinting, which basically window tinting, there's 4 levels. There's like 2 lesser levels, and then carbon, and then ceramic. So carbon is level 3, which is a pretty good window tint, and for some reason the GoPro makes it look like the windows aren't tinted. I mean, for example, there's ceramic tint in here, and it probably doesn't look like there's tint, but my windows are already tinted. Sean asked, is my Scat Pack as slow as I think it is? Probably. Aldo asked, how does Miss RP feel about the Charger Scat Pack, and does she like it better than the old RT?
I like the Charger Scat Pack. I really like the seats. I don't know if you saw the last video, or I think it was way back, a few months ago. I like the seats a lot. I think it has a lot of different features, and he seems to like it a lot, so I'm happy.
Aww. Patrick asked, big question, don't let her read this, delete this after you reply. Will you marry her? Or have you thought about proposing? Oh shit, I guess I was supposed to delete this. I've thought about it, but we don't have any set plans at the moment, but it's definitely, you know, in the back of our minds. Shad asked, my question is, you use Adams polishes. What do you think about Chemical Guys if you've used them? So Chemical Guys was the first like big name car company, or car cleaning company I went and kind of like experimented with. And at first I really liked them because I hadn't compared it to anything. And then once I started using other companies, I pretty much used every big name car cleaning company out there. And once I started using the other ones, I figured out that Chemical Guys actually is not the best, at least in my opinion. For example, like when I use their tire shine really doesn't last that long. So you're paying, you know, a good amount of money for something that doesn't last very long, whereas like Adams tire shine lasts for a really long time. So I feel like I get more of a bang for your buck with Adams. And just overall, I feel like the whole quality of Adams products are a lot better. So thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you guys for asking all of those questions. Once again, go check out my t-shirts in the link below. They're only going to be available for a few more days as of the time this video is posted. So go get on that ASAP, because before you know it, they will be gone. And I don't know if I'm going to do more in the future. This is kind of like a test to see how well these shirts do. But a previous video, people told me they'd buy them, so we'll see. But once again, thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.
Bye, guys.